guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here for another bit of a play around to make another Christmas card. We might get 2 done, who knows, but judging by my standards last time, we probably won't. So what I have done is I have printed off onto CD cases here, and I thought these would make a fantastic shaker card. So I haven't ever done a shaker card before, or a shaker anything, to be honest. But I thought that these would make a fantastic, way to do it. Now, I have to confess, I kind of cut out a circle and then stuck it down on here. And you can probably see what's happened is, I've obviously got kind of a little bit of a rim in places where the circle, moved slightly in the printer and things like that. So I'm just going to show you a couple of other ones that I did. So let me just grab them. They're down behind me. Oops. Oh, she says they're down behind me. And now, of course, where are they? Oh, no. Right. Maybe they're not down behind me. No. Oh, this is not a good start. Oh, here we go. Right. So I just wanted to show you the difference, because what happened was obviously where my piece of paper, just stuck it with some kind of, sellotape. And what happened was obviously where it moved slightly, I just had a little bit of ink on the plastic itself. In fact, there's still some there. And then I realised that obviously it just wiped straight off. And I thought, well, actually, why am I mucking about? So all I did was just stuck the CD envelope straight onto the paper. Again, just with some, actually just doubled over sellotape, and just ran them through the printer. And obviously they got inked completely, all over the cellophane as well. And then I just took a baby wipe and wiped over the cellophane, and then just a dry tissue just to take the excess off. And then you haven't got any sort of rim around the, where, like here, where the paper then moved. So yeah, just going forward, if you're looking to print out some of your CD cases, I would recommend just send them through. I mean, of course, obviously all printers are different, and I, wouldn't swear to it that this is going to work on your printer, but certainly on my printer, which is using the HP Instant Ink, it then is wipe offable from here. Maybe a laser printer, maybe it wouldn't be, I don't know. But certainly my printer, I was then able to wipe it all off, and then you've got it perfectly around the circle. So just a little bit of a tip there. And I thought then it would be, really great to sort of have lots of fun with your CD cases, obviously printing them off. So this one here, obviously, I'm just going to take this, and then what I want to do is obviously put something on the inside so it's got some sort of decorative paper going on inside it. So I'm not sure. Might want to have this, because then I'll have that lovely deer inside. Yep. Okay, right. Do I want that? Let me just double check. I've got this one here, or I've got the little robin. He's not going to be quite big enough to actually get in there, unfortunately. And the other sheets of paper I have here are double-sided printed, which is just a bit wasteful then to use them. Let me just double check. Hold on. Oops. Just reaching across. So sorry about my arm. Well, probably the deer, because to be honest, you want something that's going to be a bit of a contrast as well. And these journaling cards, they're not quite big enough to cover up the whole of the circle. So let's just take the deer now. Shall we take the smaller one, actually? Yeah, let's... just want to check that I'm going to get him in and not cut him off. So, yeah, if I just cut that down about here, like that, and then... Okay, so probably cut it down around about here. And I mean, again, this does not have to be perfect at all, because obviously this is going to be inside the envelope. So, you're just cutting it down roughly. Okay. Just see if this fits now. I might still need to trim it down slightly more. Oh no. Well, maybe. Yep. I just need to come down slightly more. Okay. Oops. Oh my goodness, what's going on with me today now? Right. Okay, so I can chop that down slightly more actually, because it's still quite, you know, quite high up in there. So I just wanted to take it carefully because I didn't want to suddenly cut him and him be really, really low down, or, you know, some of him missing or something like that. So I'll just take it down a bit more. Like that. Okay. Oh, how cute does he look in there? He just looks gorgeous, doesn't he? Now, just one more other thing to mention actually is obviously these CD cases, you know, they're different paper, aren't they, to, you know, the printing paper that you might normally use. So you can probably see already the print quality is not as colourful. This, for instance, this is the same page as what I used to print the CD case. And I hope you can kind of see the difference. This is on that lovely super smooth, you know, presentation paper. This is the CD case, and you can probably see, particularly kind of here on this image, this is very vibrant and, you know, really gorgeous and crisp. This is just, you know, much more muted, really. There's not really a lot that you can do about that. It's just going to depend on your quality of your CD case envelopes. But, you know, it's still going to look super pretty. So, yeah, you know, I don't think that's kind of too much of a worry. So I'm just going to now trim this down. Just folded it over at the top so I know roughly where to cut it. And again, you know, you don't have to be too precise because it's all going to be hidden inside the envelope. Okay, let's just pop that in there. Just check my lid of the envelope closes. Okay. So that's going to be in there like that. So all I'm going to do is actually just glue this down to stick it in there. So I'll just take my glue. First time I've used it today, so fingers crossed here. Okay. It's so much better since putting it into this bottle, I have to say. Although it does really come out quite quickly now, so yeah, things have gone from one extreme to the other, but I'd rather have it this way round. Okay, so we're just going to slide this back into that envelope like that. Okay. Oops, probably needs to come down slightly more on that side, otherwise it's not going to close. Oh, come on, go down. Okay, right. So I can just then press that down like that. Okay, now what I might do is put something round the edge of here, because obviously I want to cover up this white, but I might just have a bit of a think about that whilst I kind of do the rest of the card. So obviously I want to put some background page on the card itself, so I'm just using some, I don't know what size this is, let me just check. Oh, okay, so it's about 6 by 6. It's just under 6 by 6 square card. It's just one that I've cut myself. I tried cutting this. This is one that I dug out in my Tidy Fridays, and so it's one that I had cut previously using my paper trimmer. And this is why I don't really like paper trimmers, because it's just all fuzzy at the edge, to be honest. So I probably would have been better off cutting it by hand. So anyway, that's going to go on there. Now I just want to kind of cover the back with something. So we'll just have a look and see what paper we want to cover that with. Wonder if I go over. Maybe down this way. Okay, so that looks quite nice, doesn't it? Because, I mean, a lot of this is going to be covered up anyway, because I'm going to put some other bits and pieces around here as well. So I think in the first instance, I'm just going to glue this down onto the card itself. Okay. Plenty of glue. Like that. And I want it kind of down the bottom-ish. And it's quite nice because you've got some pink and some blue on there, which is really nice. Okay, let's just turn that over. Just do it with my dry wipe to get all that excess glue that might seep out away from there. I'll just go around with my glue spreader, my card, spread all that glue out. Oh, I've got a really stiff neck today. You know, when I don't know whether I've slept awkwardly or I don't know, but yeah, it's really stiff. It's painful. You know, I'm fine. But yeah, it's just annoying because every now and then I kind of look over or something and you forget that it's hurting and it's like, oh, that really is painful. Okay, right. Probably should get rid of this, to be honest. But just before I do, I might just see if I can I mean, obviously I've kind of cut off some of that flower, but I'll just see whether I can, you know, make it look less obvious, because we might be able to then use this flower somewhere on the card as well. So we just chop around there. So I hope everyone's having a good day. How are your Christmas crafts coming along? Are you doing better than me? I'm struggling with mine, as you know. Although I've done quite a bit now, actually. But yeah, I definitely was struggling to get in the Christmas vibe this year. Well, not really this year, but just because obviously I'm filming these ahead, so this just didn't seem late enough for me, because I'm very much a, you know, last minute person. I'll just do this one as well. Okie dokie. And there. So, I mean, obviously these cards aren't really for posting. These are more for cards that you can, you know, maybe deliver by hand or something like that. You know, more special kind of cards. I mean, if you posted them, you're going to need to kind of put them a little bit wrapped in maybe some bubble wrap or something, because they're going to be just that bit more delicate. You know, the same with the other cards that obviously I did. It's, you know, it's going to be a little bit fat for an envelope, obviously. So you just need to kind of bear that in mind. I'm just going to cut this bit off because it looked a bit weird. I mean, that was on the flower, but sometimes flowers can still look strange. I've just binned the one I just cut out. Okay, right, so let's put those there. Now, might ink around this. I've not quite decided. So do we want to kind of like add some ink around the edge? In which case, what colour do we want? Do we want to go for red festive? It's tricky. Oh, I don't want to make it look really garish, but I feel like the red does make it kind of pop, which is really nice, isn't it? And again, I mean, if we have some of the poinsettias around, you know, that sort of brings the red in quite nicely, doesn't it? So let's just get my red ink pad and swap that over. I can't believe we're talking about Christmas already. I know, I've said it loads of times. It's just boring hearing me keep saying it, but just where has this year gone? It's just flown by, so it just seems very peculiar. Right, so I might just kind of, do I want to ink anything else in red? Maybe a bit on the envelope itself, so okay. Oh, it sounds windy outside too. And it's now going black as if it's about to pour with rain. It probably is about to pour with rain, to be honest. Right. I don't know whether I've actually spoilt that by putting so much red on there, but I mean, if I have, then hopefully we'll try and just cover it up with something and disguise it somehow. Because, yeah, at the moment I'm kind of thinking, oh gosh, that's like really, really red. It's gone to like suddenly, you know, House of Horrors kind of appearance rather than yummy Christmas. Now, I also printed, and now can I find them? I printed off some of my Christmas sentiments from my kind of Christmas card kit, and I've printed the plain, you know, snowflakey paper and just printed some of the sentiments there. So I thought we could maybe use one of these. So let's just tear this down. Okay, quite like this one, but it may be that this is way too big, but I love this font. Okay, let's just tear that down a bit more. It is a little bit on the big side, isn't it? Unless we tear it in two, but I'm not sure that's quite right either. Oh, that's a shame, isn't it? It's a bit too big. And to be honest, they're all quite big. So let's just have a look at these ones. I mean, they are smaller, aren't they? Have a look at this one. Because this card is obviously only a 6x6, it's not kind of a big, like A5 card or anything. So, yeah, I hadn't really factored that in when I printed these. But, of course, obviously now these are looking quite huge compared to the card. Oh, well, that's not too bad, actually. So, yeah, quite like that. Now, do we want to have a bit of lace or anything around on this card? That just looks peculiar, doesn't it, there? Could have a bit of lace up there. And again, shall we have some doily or something on this as well? So, let's just see what I've got here. Kind of wishing that I hadn't done the red, to be honest. It's a little bit out there, but I mean, having said that, straight away that doily on there is kind of bringing it way down, which, you know, that's much better. Yeah, so I might just put the doily down. Okay. Just bring that slightly out like that. Okay, so that white edge, I'm thinking, is that going to be mainly covered up? In which case we don't really need to kind of worry about trying to cover it up, if you see what I mean. You know, which I obviously had thought we would need to cover, but yeah, I think it's going to be pretty much covered anyway, so I don't think we need to worry too much. And then I think we'll just kind of pop a couple of these little flowers around, because they're quite nice, aren't they? Then we might have this lace down here. I mustn't forget to put something in the shaker card. Yeah, I'm quite liking that. Now, do we want to have any glitter, like anywhere on the actual card itself or on the Christmas tree, for instance? And the other thing that obviously I've been using constantly with the Christmas things is these gorgeous little dots. So I think we'll have a couple of those, you know, in a couple of places. So maybe have a couple over here. Yes. Right, so I'm thinking, do we glitter up or something round a couple of the corners? Now, do we want to have like a coloured glitter, you know, an actual actual glitter, or do we just want like the glitter glue? It's a bit tough, isn't it? Let's go for the actual glitter. So let me just bring in my book page to do the glittering. Right, so let's hope that I don't just make this look really terrible. So just going to kind of go around there a little bit. Again, just kind of like pat that in a bit. And then we'll just go over there. Oh, that's pretty, isn't it? Yep, that looks lovely. So let's just bring this in and check how we want to have this. Where else we'd want the glitter. So yeah, I feel like we definitely need some glitter somewhere on the CD case now. So maybe, actually I need to be careful because obviously we're going to have those flowers and things, aren't we? Right, okay. So let's just, oops, go down along the side. Then we just go down there like that and a bit round the corner again. Okay, that looks pretty. And perhaps we'll have just a little bit around here as well. I'm not having glue problems. It's just because obviously the glue is now kind of like only halfway full. So it's just, you know, taking a little while to run down. I must remember to leave it upside down in a moment. So, okay, so that's that. Just put a little bit down there. Okay, right, and now I'm just going to, I think, glitter up. Just looking at this, it's quite, okay, right. I think we're going to put some on the Christmas tree because that would look super pretty. So again, I'm just going to try and put it kind of like where the white is, you know, really not being too precise about this, just, you know, blobs really. Just following where the white kind of is on the tree. So okay, oops. Right, let's go. Sorry, that's the postman, I think. He's always delivering my my instant ink. So, but luckily my husband obviously is working from home, you know, due to the pandemic. So yeah, it's great because he can then go to the door, which works out brilliant. Okay. Okay, so that's now glittered up, looks gorgeous. So I'll just put that to one side. Right, let me pour the glitter back in here, and I think I may have to glitter around the 'Tis the Season as well, because, you know, I'm now kind of on a bit of a glitter frenzy. So, yep, might have to have some here as well. Now, I'm wondering what to put in my shaker because, you know, having not really kind of done shaker cards before, I've only really got glitter. I have seen people use like seed beads and things. I don't know whether they would be a little bit lumpy. Yeah, I'm not sure whether they would be a bit on the lumpy side. So, okay. Right, so let's just now get this up. Oops. Oh, come on. Wow, I have like glitter on everything now. Right, so let's put that away. yeah, I'm not quite sure what else to put in the shaker card, so I think I'm going to have to be really boring and just have glitter. I'm just having a look around to see what else I have. And no doubt when you're watching this video, I'll have loads of people saying, oh, you could have used this or that. And, you know, you're so right. There's probably tons and tons of things that I could be using. I just can't really think of anything. So, yeah, I'm going to have to just be really boring, I think, and just have glitter. Which, of course, that is quite boring, isn't it? But I just can't really think of anything else. Now, I've also got, obviously, another deer here, which is bigger. So I'm wondering, should I cut him out and have him sticking up? Or don't you really do that in shaker cards? Maybe you don't. Yeah, maybe you don't. Because, of course, then it's going to get stuck on whatever's shaking about in the card, isn't it? Yeah, I hadn't really thought about that. Okay, so let's put some glitter in. And are we going to go with the white glitter that we just used? Or should we go with silver? Because otherwise I kind of think, is it just getting a bit colourless? Oh, probably not. Probably not. I wonder if we could go with the pink. I'm being stingy because I haven't got that much left of my white glitter. And of course it's going to just run to the bottom, which then, you know, is not really going to be shaking around, is it? Oh well. In for a penny, in for a pound. Let's just pour some in and see how we get on. So obviously I need to be careful because my glitter is actually still very wet. So there we go. Oh, that looks so cool. So that's my glitter. Oh, I love how that looks. Okay, really, really, really cute. And I didn't use all my glitter, so that's fine. Yeah, I love how that looks. It looks really pretty. Right, so I'm going to glue down my envelope flap. Now, obviously, I need to be a little bit careful because obviously my glitter on the front is still very wet. This has been the problem with my Christmas crafts, is, to be honest, I've used so much glitter that every time I've done anything, it's just been all drying for ages, which of course then has made everything take, you know, 10 times as long. Okay. Right, so we're going to have the card on there and the tree, one side or the other side. Now, again, I would probably quite like to have this, I think, on foam dots, so it's just kind of coming up a bit. Yeah, I think the foam dots would look good. Let me just see. No, it's very wet. That's a shame, isn't it? Right, let's put that to one side for a moment. We'll put all the elements to one side while they just hopefully dry a bit. And we'll try and do another one quickly while this is all drying. So I'll keep all the bits together. Okay, so should we do another shaker one? Because obviously I've printed off a couple of the envelopes. This was my first attempt where I obviously didn't really think it through and I printed on sideways and ripped it as I took it off and things like that. So yeah, this was not a successful attempt, but this one obviously went much better. So yeah. Okay, right, let's do this one. And I'm thinking, shall we ink this up? This is just going to be hideous, isn't it? I mean, obviously I've inked on the side to give you an idea of the colour. Oh, I don't know if I'm brave enough to do that. It looks very, very bright, doesn't it? Oh, you know what I could do? I can just do a little bit on here because this one's ruined anyway, so as I can see what it would look like. Okay. Not sure how Christmassy that's looking. What do you think? I mean, I've got some of these flowers. Oh, well, maybe it would actually. Yeah, maybe. Let's try and gauge how that's going to be. Okay, so I've got another card here that's just, you know, again, pulled out from that Tidy Friday that I did recently where I pulled out all those cards. Oops, well, I've got a few and now I'm struggling to find the shape. the size, sorry, that I need. There we go. Okay, so we're going to go with that. Shall we have the blue? I can't decide. If we do, let's just have a look. Oh, that's a shame, isn't it? Because that's not big enough to have in the background, which might have been nice. Again, just being stingy because all my card or all my paper now is double side printed. So I might have to go and run off another sheet because that's just such an incredible waste otherwise of the double-sided bits and pieces, isn't it? So, yeah. I will be back. Okay, so I'm back from the printer and I actually grabbed a couple of bits as well. So I'm wondering, do we want to do for this one, we could have something like this in the center of the hole or the, you know, the circle, or we could have kind of plainer and then put something like either maybe like the window or the Christmas tree. So I'm kind of thinking the Christmas tree looks quite good. So I'm just going to cut that first of all off of the page so that it's easier to cut out. And then I'm just going to cut this little window because I thought that would look really sweet on there as well. So let's just quickly cut the tree. Should probably put my glasses on for this and it would make it a whole bunch easier. They're on top of my head. I can't seem to take my fingers off the scissors now to pull them down. Okay. Yeah, I might have to pop out and buy some more glitter later. I'd already had to buy some more glitter glue because my daughter has like discovered it recently and my gosh, she has gone to town using it on every single thing that she can possibly spot. But yeah, I'm now kind of running low on my glitter, but actually now I've just said that, she was also using my kind of free glitter with the glitter glue, if you see what I mean. And I'm sure there was some white iridescent with the longish pieces, you know, that sort of the long strands of glitter. So I'm just going to go and have a look in a minute on her craft, well, her craft zone, which actually is her toy kitchen, and just see whether she's got that still, because that would be perfect for inside here. So yeah, actually to the point I wish that I'd remembered that sooner because I could have used that on the other one as well. Anyway, doesn't matter. So they're really fun to do, aren't they? I had kind of shied away from doing shaker cards previously because it just always looked way too fiddly, and I just thought, oh gosh, you know, that looks a bit fiddly to try and, you know, get something all lined up and, you know, the edges sealed so the glitter's not coming out and all of that kind of stuff. But by using the CD cases, obviously, I don't have to worry about any of that stuff. So, you know, it's all completely, you know, contained, if you were, or if you like. Right, so I'm kind of thinking like that, with the window kind of on the outside. Might be quite sweet for this one. Or we could, of course, have the house in there. And then, you know, like a tree or the window or something looking in at the house. No, I think I'm going to go for this. So, that said, just want to decide. I printed off a couple of the background pages. Do we want something completely plain inside? Oops, we're putting the tree on, not the window. Completely plain inside, or do we want something patterned-ish, you know, inside? I think maybe something patternedy. Oh, I think maybe even that house. I mean, I know that's really weird because, I mean, that house is pretty full on, isn't it? But actually, I think that's, yeah, I think that might be quite cute. So I'm going to cut this down here just in case I kind of decide not to do that. So I'll just trim this down there, like that. Okay. So let's just try and picture that in there. So it would be around about there. Just, oops, where's the fold? Where's the fold? Oh, where's the fold? Where's the fold? Okay, there's the fold. Right, so it would be approximately kind of here-ish. I'll just bend that the other way. I just want to kind of try and gauge how that would look in there. Like that. And then the tree. And the tree's a little bit lost on there, I suppose, but if we move it over slightly, so the tree was more like that. Or obviously we could have it more. Let's go for that. Yeah, let's go for that. So I'm going to just cut this down here along this section. Okie dokie. And then, so we wanted the tree more on like the plainer, you know, the pinker sort of section. So we need to move the house over, you know, quite a bit really, to about there. Okay, right, let's trim that down. I mean, these are not proper methods at all, obviously, because I'm just trying to kind of gauge how that's going to look through that window. You know, so yeah, if you prefer to kind of be a bit more, well, thorough, I guess, in your way of working, then obviously you would probably measure. I mean, you could even, if you've got quite a few of these envelopes, which I had managed to buy, I think it was a pack of 100 from Amazon for about £6, I think they were, you know, on Prime, including the delivery. And yeah, if you wanted to be a bit more thorough, you could always have one opened out, and then you could obviously see completely where that's going to line up with your circle. And then you could keep that as your template for every time you use them. Just have one sort of, I don't know, hung somewhere easily accessible in your craft area that you could just pull in every time that you wanted to use them. Well, that looks pretty, doesn't it? Okay, so that looks really, really nice, doesn't it? So I'm going to try and hold that roughly where it is. So I want it just over there, kind of with the star and the flower. Will I remember that? The star and the flower. Okay. Star and flower, star and flower, star and flower. Oh, gosh. Okay, memory like a sieve, you see, so... Right, the star and the flower, so about there. Just press that down like that. Okay. Okay, so that looks good. And then, oops, just going to glue that whole thing into the envelope. Oh, I obviously forgot to put my glue upside down again, so, right. Okie dokie, and just then pop that down in there. Oh, come on. Don't know why, but it seems trickier to get in this time round. And yet I would have thought I actually trimmed that even smaller than the last time. For some reason, it's just slightly harder to get it in. Okay. Well, it's not quite straight, but it's good enough. Okay, right, let's just squash that down. I didn't dare touch it with my hands because they're now really gluey. Okay, so that looks really cute, doesn't it? So I'm thinking, again, a bit of glitter on the window. Now, did we decide we were or we weren't inking? Let me just glue this paper down on here. So this is obviously our, you know, our card base. So we just pop this down on here. Okie dokie. Go to the edge and then to there. And again, then just squash that down. Now, what did I do with my card? Oh, do you know what? I'd actually put all my stuff on top of the stuff that was drying. So I'll be lucky if it's actually got any glitter left on it. It looks okay actually from here, but that's really just luck. Okay, and we're just going to trim this off now, just across there. Okay, again, that's got that rough edge from my paper trimmer, which I no longer have. I actually threw it away when I was doing my Tidy Friday, and I came across it under the desk, and I just thought, I never use it. I'll just get rid of it. Okay, right. So we've got our envelope here. So I'm just going to check with the blue one if we want to go with the blue, if you see what I mean. And I'm thinking we're going to have the little window on there. And we might just have a little flower or something. So it's a tough choice, isn't it? Let's just have a look now with the one without the blue. It's hard to say. I can't decide. Just literally like, yeah, can't quite decide which is nicest. Whether I like it with the glue or without. I mean, obviously this is kind of more delicate, but then there's nothing kind of separating it from the underneath layer. I mean, obviously we could put some more paper underneath or some fabric or something like that to give it another couple of layers. That might be quite nice. Let's just have a look and see. Yeah, perhaps I could do that. So let's just come in about here. Okay. Let's just tear this off. So if I have it this way round, I can probably try and cover this, you know, the chimney type part up, perhaps. Let's just have a look. Oh, I need to come in quite a bit, actually. Right. Perhaps I'll have it that side, and we'll just bring this in just here a little bit. Right, I'm not going to be able to tear this. I would make a horrible, horrible job of it. So I'm just going to bring it in as a guide and then just cut it slightly. And then I want to rough the edges up anyway, because I want it nice and, you know, textury. So we just go along those like that. Okie dokie. Just so they've got a bit more kind of like about them, really. And I mean, even to the point I'm tempted to actually even sort of screw it up, because I want it, you know, lifted a little bit. Let's see, this might be a complete disaster, and I might really wish I hadn't done this, but just gives it that slight more texture. So let's go round the edge now of the card as well, and do that to the edge of the card. And then you know what's coming, don't you? We're going to have to try and do it to that CD case. I'm not sure how easy that will be, but let's have a go. So again, just kind of, you know, trying to just get a little bit of lift from there. Yeah, I think that looks a lot better, to be honest. Now, for the CD case, obviously I don't want to tear it if I can help it, because obviously then our shaker glitter is going to just come all out. So perhaps this was not the best idea for this particular project, but okay. Well, that's just got a little bit. And again, we could just kind of, you know, bend it in a little bit in places. Okay, right, so I'm going to glue this down and then we might sprinkle some glitter on places. I'm thinking, to be honest, probably what I'm going to do, because obviously we've now had to wait for that time for that other glitter to dry on the other one. I'm thinking let's glue everything down on here and then glitter everything, because that way, you know, you won't have to obviously wait for it to dry. So yeah, we're going to do that. So again, just going all over here with the glue, like that. Okay. And I'm just going to kind of spread it just in the middle, but hopefully not too much at the edges, because I just want that little bit of like lift at the edges. So I just want to kind of even like sort of tear it almost, like, you know, don't know whether you can really see what I'm doing, but almost like, you know, pushing it in so it's got a bit of lift there. And then it's just got that bit more interest, I think. So like that. Okay, maybe a bit more here. Maybe just a little tiny bit more down here as well. Don't need any more at the top. Okay, like that. Okie dokie. Right, now I did also nip off and got those big strands of glitter from where my daughter had been using them. So we can obviously put them in here now. Hopefully my stuff's dry, because otherwise I'm going to end up with it all just stuck on the Christmas tree. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's okay. So I'm just going to pour some of this in. Oops. This does not come out as quick as the other one, obviously because it's bigger bits. Okay, a bit more. Oh, doesn't that look so cute? Yeah, I love how that looks. Right, okay, so these are now going to be my new favourite cards, to be honest, these shaker cards. Honestly, I've, yeah, kind of not wanted to do them for so many years, because, of course, they just looked so, you know, fiddly and, you know, a bit beyond me. But doing them with the CD cases, it just makes them really, really achievable. Okay, so we're going to have the CD case kind of there. Now, again, we're going to have the little window. Now, do we want the window here? Here. I'd like to have this little blue flower on here somewhere, because I think it just, oh, it just like sets this card off really, really, really nicely. So perhaps we'll do something like that. Now, I was going to have that blue lace on the other one, wasn't I? But I'm just going to just check it here on this one, because it might look pretty on here. Yeah, that's quite nice, isn't it? And do you know what I'm also thinking is we could have a bow around here. Now, let me have a look. I've got this ribbon here. I don't know whether this is going to be, whether this would be big enough. It's not going to be. Oh, it might be. Might be. Okay. This was just, you know, a little sort of scrap that was just laying about on my desk, but I thought, oh, that might look quite pretty on there. Let me move it down. Don't want to cover up the glitter kind of completely that we've just put in there. Oops. So if we had that there, and the window and the flower. just have a look. I'm thinking, you know, let's try that bow the other way. So let's just see if we can have it this way round instead. And obviously I can put some glue on this bow to, you know, stop it coming undone and hold it sort of in place. Oops. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Come on, come on. Okay, right. Again, just move that over slightly, otherwise it's kind of a bit in the way of that house. So, oops. Okay. So if that were on there, like that, and then we could have the window, and then just maybe the flower. I need something else here, so let's just have a look through and see what bits and pieces that we've got. I've got some holly. I could do with another one of those little poinsettia flowers, I think. What sheet did I cut them from? I wonder whether I've got any of them left. Probably not, to be honest. No, I can't see any right now. They're probably here, but just... no. No, that was the sheet that they were from. They're all gone. That's annoying. Hold on. Oops, I've got some other bits that I'd forgotten about, actually. Oh, I have that little birdhouse even. That's from our, you know, when we did the canvas. Maybe we should have the birdhouse. I was trying to put it all over here to obviously cover up that, you know, that white edge. Oh, and we also haven't put a greeting on here. So again, I'm going to have the same problem because again, I've got this massive, great big greeting. I mean, we could just have greetings, I guess, couldn't we? You know, we don't have to have seasons greetings, do we? Problem is, I've now covered up the entire place with the glitter, which that's just ridiculous, isn't it? Oh dear, it's because I've got quite a big white rim around here, so it's a shame that I hadn't thought of the whole, you know, just printing with the whole exposed, if you see what I mean, because if I'd have thought of that previously, it wouldn't have been an issue now. But yeah, these things are sent to try us, aren't they? So let's just have a look. Well, we could do it kind of more like this, I guess. That's quite pretty, isn't it? And then we're going to glitter up some of this card as well. So yeah, quite like that. Now I'm just going to check that I don't prefer the window to the house. Oh, I think I do actually. Yeah, because the birdhouse, although is very sweet, it blends in quite a lot. So let's go with the window instead. So we'll just pop this down here. And it just kind of covers up that white rim just a little bit, but not too much that it's covering the glitter, especially because I can put this at a bit of a, you know, an angle, sort of lopsided. So just glue that down like that. Right, I should probably glue this down, to be honest. So we've got that ribbon on there. Just going to go along there, gluing that ribbon down. Unfortunately, I've got some twisting going on under, you know, on that ribbon, which is a bit annoying, but you know, it's fine. It's fine. It doesn't really matter. So yeah, I should probably just going to sort of curl this up a little bit. So when I glue this on, it's not just completely flat either. So like that. Now I'm going to come unstuck, obviously, when I come to add the glitter, aren't I? Because it's going to get caught up in everything. But never mind. We'll face, you know, face that when we come to it. So just going to now, I'm just going to fabric tack this. Actually, do you know what I could do? I'm going to snip off that bit of ribbon there where it was twisted, because once it's glued down it didn't really need to wrap all around there anyway, and that might just have been a bit of a hindrance with getting it to glue down nicely. So okay, okie dokie, right. Okay, oops. Oh. Oh, I love the sound of this card. It's all crunchy. Crunchy from the glitter, crunchy from the, you know, the cellophane, from the CD case. Oh, yummy. Lovely, sounds gorgeous. Okay, right. And then we're going to just have this here. So again, I'm going to hot glue this on so it's, you know, like lifted slightly. I don't want it kind of full on like with foam pads, but just so it's got a bit of a raised kind of effect, like that. And then we're just going to have our little flower, oops, in the corner. Could have done with putting the window a little bit higher, because now obviously the flower's not quite fitting, but never mind. We'll have to have the flower a bit off to the side. Okay, like that. Oh, how pretty is that? So now what I'm going to do, just for like the finishing touch, I'm going to just glitter it everywhere. Now I'm just going to add a little dab of hot glue there to stick that bow down, and then that will just, you know, prevent that coming undone or anything like that. Okay, let me just get my book pages now to do my glittering on. I mean, we could still have a greetings, I guess, somewhere. They are quite big. Let me just check. Just quickly check. Christmas greetings. It's kind of smaller, but I don't think it's small enough. So yeah, it's still quite big, isn't it? Just going to try tearing that down. I'm not sure how I feel about having the sentiment kind of in two halves. I know that sounds strange, but yeah, I kind of feel like it would be better, you know, in one piece, but I mean, we could have it there to the side, except then do we have a lot of stuff there? Just kind of on the side there. Maybe we do. And that's quite sweet, actually. Yeah, I think that kind of finishes that quite nicely, actually. So again, I'm just going to hot glue so as I'm not pressing it really hard. I'm just sort of lightly pressing it so as it's got a bit of a, you know, some texture going on. Like that. So it's got, you know, a bit more life about it. And now I'm just going to add some glitter around on the card. So probably would like a bit here. Maybe some here. Maybe a bit here. A bit here. Definitely on there. Okay, so let's start with those areas. So just dab that in. Okay. Again, just kind of like, you know, I don't want to press this flat now, if you see what I mean. Where I've added the glue, I don't want to by accidentally press it in and make it flat. So I just have to be a bit mindful of that and just be a bit careful. Okay. Bit here. And then along there. Okay, and then obviously I want some more glitter sort of down the bottom, so let me just pour this back into the bottle. Yeah, I definitely going to need to stock up on some more of this gorgeous, I think it's like iridescent kind of colour, I guess it would be called, glitter. It's just so pretty. So again, just, you know, dab it around just in like some, you know, 1 or 2 places. Oops. So again, just don't want that looking really flat where I've put the glue on. So just lifting it slightly and then just a little bit down that edge and just a tiny bit in that corner. Okay, right, let's go. And this piece, and then just down here, and that tiny bit in the corner. Okay. Oh, what a super pretty card. Looks really pretty, doesn't it? I hope that the glitter is kind of, you know, visible on camera. Right, so I'm going to put this one to one side. Obviously, it's got a lot of glitter on there that needs to dry. I'm hoping that the glitter is dry on our card that we made, you know, a second ago. So, well, not a second ago, ages ago now, but hoping that the glitter is going to be dry on all those bits and pieces. So just pull it back. Okay. So we're going to stick this down here. Now, this was the one that I thought we would have the blue lace, wasn't it? So, okay, we're going to have the Christmas tree on here, like that. Now, do we want... Oh no, not over there. Definitely not over there. Yeah, that looks pretty. So just going to stick that blue lace on in the corner. Okay. Oops, like that. And then we'll put the CD case on. And just before I do, I'm just checking, because obviously we could have, like, you know, some bits poking out from behind it. I'm not sure. Oh, stuck on me again. Yeah, I just wanted to kind of see how that would look with the flowers kind of stuck out, you know, behind the CD case. They look quite cute, don't they? Oh, again, I'm just thinking, what a shame that I don't seem to have any more of those. Let me just check what else I have here, just in case there's anything else that might be cute. I mean, I have got this wreath. Oh, I don't think so. So I'm going to have to just go for it like that, I think, which is a bit of a shame because it did look very sweet with the poinsettia poking out behind there, but then I did really like to have it there as well. So I'm going to have to cut into this sheet of paper, which is annoying because it's double-sided. Right, okay, let's just go for that because I can't just keep nipping down to the printer every 2 seconds. So I'll just have to go for it and just cut out a couple of the flowers from here. Okay, I'll just do that one. Okay, right, let's go for this and then we'll be nearly done. I'm so sorry, my videos just seem to be very long lately. I do apologise. Don't know what's going on. Okay, nearly done. I think just some crafts, they just take quite a long time, don't they? And you know, I know that I've said recently, but because I'm just not really quite into the Christmas zone, although I am much more into the Christmas zone than I was, you know, and to be fair, I have made 2 cards today compared to our one that took me 1 hour and 15 minutes or whatever it was the other day. So I guess slightly better. Okie dokie. Went over so grey earlier and then it seems to have cleared up again now, but it just looked like it was about to, you know, chuck it down with rain, but thankfully it seems to have come to nothing. Okie dokie. Right, nearly done. Okay, right. nearly. Okay, right. So, yeah, just wondering whether we can have another flower sort of sticking out from underneath somewhere. Again, maybe like down here or something. Yeah, that looks really pretty. Right, so, and I don't mind if these are overhanging, because like I say, you know, for me, this would not really be an envelope card. You know, it would be a kind of more like a gift card that I would give to someone. So, you know, if it's overhanging, that's fine by me. Not kind of obviously massively, but just that little tiny bit there. And then I'm going to pop this one down here. And then we didn't end up putting any of those little pearls anywhere, so we'll just see if we can have any of those on here in a minute. I don't know really which way up this is supposed to go. This little poinsettia. Okay, and then we'll just have this one over here on this edge. Just there. Right, and then I'm just going to stick this envelope down. Yeah, let me know below whether you've made some shaker cards before. You know, how did you get on? What did you use to make them? Did you kind of make your frame and, you know, cut them yourselves? What do you think to the CD envelope idea? You know, I'm not claiming it to be my idea. I'm sure other people have done this type of thing, you know, using them before. But I just thought, oh, that just gets around the whole, you know, cutting and trying to kind of line it all up to get it to work. I thought this was like a really, you know, easy idea to get it all to work nicely. Right. So I'm going to put my Christmas tree there. Got my 2 poinsettias. And then my 'Tis the Season. Okay, right. So again, I'm going to just hot glue this down, sort of, you know, again, trying to keep that slightly lumpy thing going on. Like that. Okay, and we've got okay. I also really liked the printing out, you know, on them, and thought, oh, that's brilliant, you know, because it makes them look so pretty. And of course you can match them up with, you know, whatever you're doing, which is great, isn't it? And we'll just have this down here. Okay. Right, I'm just going to check whether we want any of those little pearly bits anywhere, because I did say about them, didn't I? I mean, we could just have one on the Christmas tree, but is that a bit weird? Perhaps we don't need them. Yeah, perhaps we don't need them after all. Okay, so that's our Christmas cards. So I'll just pull them both in. So absolutely so cute, aren't they, with the, you know, the shaker glitter inside. And that one there. Okay, so hopefully that might have inspired you, you know, to make some Christmas cards. And yeah, I hope that you like them. As I say, I mean, the kit that I've used is my Candy Christmas kit, which is obviously for sale in my Etsy shop. And yeah, have fun if you decide to make some. And thank you so much for watching. Hopefully see you guys again soon. Thanks then. Bye.